Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Daily Debate. My name is Ahmed Nader and today we'll be focusing on the recognition of the World Youth Forum, which is being held in Egypt, or which was held between 2017 and until 2019 under the patronage of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, and the vision of President al-Sisi to be giving more attention to the youth and the problems and the issues of the Egyptian young men and the young women all over Egypt, not just locally but regionally and internationally. And this time the recognition came from the United Nations, as the World Youth Forum is considered a platform to be addressing the issues of the youth in Egypt, in the region and in the world officially. And tonight I'm honored to be having with me in the studio Dr. Dina Al-Gharabawi, the Sustainable Development Researcher. Thank you very much for being with us tonight.
Thank you, Ahmed, for having me today. It has been always a pleasure to be here in Nile TV International.
Pleasure is all mine.
Thank you.
We'll be starting straight away with a report about the latest recognition made by the United Nations to the World Youth Forum, which was held in Sharm el-Sheikh between 2017 and 2019. So let's see it.
The United Nations adopted the World Youth Forum as an international platform in recognition of the contributions of the three editions of the forum in discussing youth issues, problems and achievements, along with their role achieving the 2030 Sustainable Development Agenda. The news were announced by Egypt's permanent mission to the United Nations in New York, referring to the resolution issued during the 59th session of the Committee for Social Development of the Economic and Social Council to support the contributions of the World Youth Forum, which was launched by Egypt to empower youth all over the world. On February 16th, the Social Development Committee approved the resolution, which was sponsored by Egypt and submitted by Senegal, Cape Verde, Portugal and Kazakhstan, including a special reference of the three editions of the World Youth Forum that was launched in Sharm el-Sheikh in 2017 as an international platform to discuss youth issues. Egypt's permanent representative to the United Nations in New York, Ambassador Mohammed Idris, said that youth are currently a top priority on the United Nations agenda and that the inclusion of the Economic and Social Council resolution, along with special reference to the World Youth Forum, praises the Egyptian efforts made during the past years in terms of youth empowerment. The World Youth Forum has been held for 3 consecutive years, the last of which was in 2019.
Welcome back. So, shedding more light on the international recognition by the United Nations for the World Youth Forum in Sharm el-Sheikh between 2017 and 2019, the latest 3 editions under the sponsorship or the patronage of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. Dr. Dina Al-Gharabawi, you have attended a couple of those forums.
Yes.
Tell me more about the experience itself.
Actually, it was amazing, and I felt like, okay, I'm still a student in the university. I was a student back to 2019, and I felt empowered. So a lot of people attended from all over the world, and we have in the front line the president and a lot of presidents from all over the world. So we felt like we are not alone, like the young people are not apart from the people who have authority and the upper management of the countries. So it felt amazing, and it was a marvelous experience for me.
First of all, the interaction between yourself and people from all over the world, how was that?
Actually, exchanging culture and experience was one of the most important factors for adding, when you are assigned to a lot of tasks in your university, and for me, my major was medicine, so I had a busy agenda and a busy schedule, but I had time just to share my experience with people and hear from other people people of developing countries and of developed countries as well.
Yes.
So if you have a project that you are working on in Egypt and the same project is being worked on in another country, you feel like I'm not alone here. Like we are in the same world, and Sharm el-Sheikh is the land of peace, but
Yes.
also we are sharing what we have without being, you know, I belong to the Arab world, I belong to one of the developing countries. However, my efforts and my hard work is being recognized by other people.
Yes.
So I felt like we are all together, and that kind of experience sharing is inspiring enough for young people to have a better vision to the future. And also, for some reason, you will find that, okay, I'm on the right track. I'm not alone here. I'm on the right track. Sometimes we feel like we still have time, and we need to put more efforts, and we
Yes.
still need to cooperate together, either was like the government or the non-governmental organizations. But by the end of the day, our efforts are being recognized, and not even locally, internationally. You will find on your right hand, you will find someone from Uganda, and on your left hand, you will find someone from UK, and the three of us are on the same page. So it felt amazing, yes.
So you've attended the 2019
Yeah.
edition and the 2018.
Yes, exactly.
Was there a difference between both editions, or was it
Yeah.
more about adding to the experience that you've had in the past year?
Yes, yes. So actually the 2018 one was just, you know, the beginning, and all of us were amazed just because of the organization, and a lot of people attended. But the next year we felt like we have a specific agenda, and we have something that we need to share, and something that we need to have a result of. And also, the second year, the application of artificial intelligence and the digital transformation was really, really impactful that year. So in 2019, we got Sophia, the robot,
Yes.
and actually she's very intelligent. She had a charisma, and she was speaking like a real human being. And we tried to just ask her like simple mathematical operations, and she was able to do that. And also, like, men were trying just to let her know, oh, I love you and stuff. And she was able to answer very intelligent.
A complete
And
personality.
Yes, yes, exactly. She has a character. And you know, I felt like we need the digital transformation concept that was initiated in 2019 was actually applied in 2020. We had coronavirus, and like people were there staying home. Students had to go online just to take their you know, courses and stuff. So we just applied the digital transformation methodologies and concepts in 2020, just after the conference. So you felt like what we shared as speeches and as theories was applied on the ground. And it felt amazing that you are not speaking, you are speaking results this way. It's not a speech on a stage and you have a lot of people wearing formal and stuff. No, we applied that on the ground. And actually I felt like sometimes in 2018, I felt like, oh, it's too much. Like we have attended a lot of meetings and a lot of speeches, trainings and stuff.
Yes.
But are we able to apply all of that in 2019? We applied, and 2020, everyone has applied all of the theories, and especially application of the digital transformation on education and also on entrepreneurship. And I would be glad just to share with you what happened regarding entrepreneurship. It was amazing what happened, because all of the projects that were funded back to 2018 now are applied, and you will find the advertisements and stuff on the bridges in Egypt. Now I'm coming from New Cairo, and I can see the advertisements of my colleagues' projects applied on the ground. It felt really great.
In 2018 and 2019, you said that on your right-hand side, you had someone from Uganda. On the left-hand side, you had someone from the United Kingdom. Did you feel that there was a gap between you as a student back then from Egypt and people from Uganda and from the United Kingdom, or Was it more about the unity and how we can be helping each other in 2018, in 2019, and in the future, as we did see in 2020 and 2021 online?
So actually, difference doesn't mean that we are not unified or united.
Yes.
So actually, diversity is one of the most important factors for the societies to be developed and to apply the progress on the ground. So in case we are from, like, even our skin, we didn't have the same skin color,
yes.
but we have ideas to share, and it comes from within. We had the desire and the hope that we will do something. We are here for a purpose, and it's a great purpose. The land of peace, Sharm el-Sheikh, even the air there on like in Sharm el-Sheikh felt great. You felt like we are in heaven. And also, not only us, the students or the young people. There on the front row, you will find President Sisi, and on the right hand, you will find the president of another country, maybe Dubai or UAE, and then you will find the president of another country, maybe Uganda as well. So it's not on
and young people from all over the world as well.
Yes.
At the front lines.
So it's applied on all of the levels, like the upper management, the authority, and also the young people who are the hope, who are representing the hope of the countries. And by the end of the day, back to 2018, if you remember, there was a selfie, and all of the young people just took the selfie with the first man in the country, so you feel like you are not alone. And you are allowed to share what you have.
Close to each other.
Yes, exactly. So just to answer your question, no, diversity is, differences is not that much like affecting the unity of people, young people or even old people. And diversity is one of the most important factors just to apply the acceptance of other cultures and also other religions, other, methodologies of applying the development. And the United Nations, by the end of the conference, has just highlighted the importance of diversity because, how many people attended the conference? A lot of people attended the conference from different races, different countries, different religions. So there was no racism, there was no inequalities. Like the number of the females who attended was even higher than the number of the males who attended. So the gender inequality wasn't represented there. Like all kinds of equalities and all kinds of indifference has been represented very, very, very efficiently there. So I think 2018 or 2019 regarding unity, no, this conference was to unify people and to make sure that unity can be applied on a smaller scale, and also everyone after returning back to their country, they just, the word of mouth, they share the experience and they got back to their countries full of hope, peace, and I have something to share with my people as well.
Yes.
So this kind of like, to feel that you are able to change is very important, just to start changing yourself and the environment around you. Just we needed to feel it. So we felt it there. Yes.
Yes. In 2017, 2018 and 2019, as you've mentioned, Doctor, that a lot of speeches were made, a lot of meetings, a lot of seminars as well about education, about digital transformation, about online learning, about the entrepreneurship, about all those things that were applied in the following year, in 2020 and in 2021. Tell me more, firstly, about the entrepreneurship. What did you learn in 2018 and 19 that was applied on the ground in the whole world, not just in Egypt, in this field?
Oh, right. So firstly, I need to share something very impressive.
Yes.
If you remember, there was a speaker called Ghada Wali. She was an Egyptian girl. She's very young, by the way, under 30 years old.
Yes.
And she was nominated by Forbes magazine because she's classified as one of the most impressive people in the world, in the whole world, under 30 years old.
Yes.
So what is the speciality of Ghada Wali? Ghada is a digital design, like a graphic designer, but she uses her talent just to just to illustrate and to explain the issues of the modern world. That's why she's making the change that she's wishing to see in the world. So now she's inspiring enough to be one of the most influential and inspiring people of the world under 30 years old.
Yes.
So Ghada was there just to share a speech. Actually, she spoke for around 7 minutes or less than 7 minutes. But look what happened after people heard from her about her experience and about the effect of her speciality on the world, since she's classified as one of the most influential people in the world.
Yes.
So just to answer your question, we didn't expect that COVID-19 will be there in 2020. So, but you know, when you have a project, it's a project based on science. So the application of numbers and statistics just to predict what will happen in the future helped us just to develop a solution. Yes, yes. Just to develop a solution on spot once we had the COVID. And actually the COVID was a health-related issue worldwide. However, it affected the economy, it affected a lot of, like all of the economy,
lifestyles.
the lifestyle, everything. So if we didn't apply the theory of adding the mobile applications and the digital transformation of the education, I think we would have never seen an application like Allimni. It's applied now, and also the application you will find Talabat, Utlub, like people were there
without
just
mentioning names.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's oh yeah, I'm
Yes.
sorry. Okay. So actually, it was just shared there in the conferences. The government added the authorization to the young people, and now we have an enterprise just to solve the issue of having people eating in the house, not in the restaurants anymore, because we have the precautions of coronavirus. The education as well. The students are not able to go to school. However, they can open the application X, the application X, and then follow up with their courses and also get a feedback from their teachers. Also, the unemployments. Imagine that students are not going to school anymore.
Yes.
Teachers will be there in like home, unemployed. So we have also solved the issue of getting a specific sector of people not employed, and they managed to earn money, and it's a noble purpose by the end of the day. They are teachers and they are helping people to get educated. And a lot of aspects. For me, I felt like I'm a doctor and I'm a researcher as well. So if I wouldn't have the applications just to share like a conference with one of my colleagues there, actually I work on research on an international level. So if I couldn't have the internet connection or the application just to have the conference calls and stuff, of course this will never happen. So here in Egypt, you know, in case you're interested to get an access to the application, you will just pay $10. But here in Egypt, our colleagues, the entrepreneurs, have developed a lot of applications just to give you an access for free. So see, they solved an issue of mine. I'm a fresh grad. I'm starting my life, my career, and I don't have money to pay $10 each and every day just to join the conference. However, they helped me as well. So one person can develop a team of 10 people who can develop like an enterprise or a mobile application. An idea can change the life of a lot of people. That's what was shared there on the stage of the conference, the World Youth Forum, and after that it was applied. My life changed, the students' life changed, and also the teachers, the people who are eating home, and a lot of people. So the digital transformation in the artificial intelligence was really, really, really important to be shared in 2019.
So the
yes.
World Youth Forum in those latest 3 editions between 2017 and 2019 provided solutions to the problems that we didn't even have
Yes.
in the future, and those problems happened
Yes.
in 2020 and in 2021.
Exactly.
So how did you see this preparation and this idea to be happening under the tenure of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, to be having young men and young women from all over Egypt, all over Africa, and for all over the world as well, to be here in Egypt at Sharm el-Sheikh, to be discussing ideas, to be discussing the future in education, in transformation, in the entrepreneurship? How did you see this idea back then, 5 or 6 years ago?
Yes, so actually I felt like we are not isolated from the other world. We are not getting PDFs or books just to apply, like just to review the research papers and the result of what people did. No, you have the person just in front of you, sharing with you the experience and sharing with you the possibilities of applying such methodologies and results in like in another country. So actually, when you have the opportunity to speak to someone applied a great result in, let's say, UK, so sometimes the results are being great there because they have a very cold weather. Let's say that. So we discussed the possibilities of applying like a specific kind of solutions. Here in Egypt, well, we have the degree, like the temperature here is very, very perfect just in comparison with the UK one. So you have the opportunity to view the possibilities of applying the solutions, and also if it will not be of 100% success because of different factors, you can predict what would happen and get the experience shared with from the author or the person who developed that solution, so that you can predict what would happen in the future. Let's get an example. Sophia is a robot. She's very artificially intelligent, and here in Egypt we are trying to develop such techniques, the artificial intelligence techniques, just to make sure that we can get a lot of technologies applied in a smart village. By the way, I need you to just in case we have a possibility here, just to make a reportage of what's going on in a smart village. The artificial intelligence, the same technology that was used to develop Sophia is being applied there, but we are not interested to get Sophia, by the way. We're interested to get a solution of, let's say,
something to be applied to a problem here.
Yes, yes, exactly, like the education. I can see that people are not going to schools and universities nowadays, but the artificial intelligence is used just to apply a good technology for the exams. Now you are not, since you're not going to school, so you need to get an exam by the end of the day. Now, by the end of the year. Now we have Corona and we can't get all of these students going to universities.
Yes.
You can go online and the artificial intelligence will be applied there just to make sure that you're not cheating, that no one is helping you, that you're not using
exams
and
with
you're
the
not
questions
using
randomly.
Yes, and you're not using Google while like you're looking to the screen, but you're using
duration for the exam.
Yes, exactly, exactly. So actually, this was very important and impressive for me, since it wasn't my field. However, I got out of the like the speech and the training. I was okay. I need to learn each and every single detail about this. And when I've seen Sophia, it was amazing. Oh my God, she has an answer for all of the questions, and she's aware of all of the people there. So I thought to myself, why couldn't we have this kind of technology applied in Egypt? Again, we are not interested to have Sophia like an Egyptian Sophia, but we are interested to apply the technology of the artificial intelligence in each and every single sector. And by the way, it was applied very efficiently here. You know, the application of the credit cards and the debit cards. Banks were completely off. However, they applied the technology just to the artificial intelligence technology, just to make sure that people can get a safe and effective money transactions. Actually, I'm not that much aware of how it applied. However, I read an article and it was impressive.
Yes.
how they managed to get like a lot of money transactions were made in 2020, and all of them were safe. The application of artificial intelligence helped people just to get their money and their projects applied without any issues.
Yes. How do you see the efforts of the government in general, and more specifically the ministries of education and higher education, since we are speaking about education and the exams and everyone is concerned about them those days? How do you see the efforts and the technologies that you've mentioned in 2017, 2018, 2019 at the World Youth Forum in Sharm el-Sheikh, and they are being applied nowadays by those ministries under the Minister of Education, Dr. Tariq Shawqi, and the Minister of Higher Education, Dr. Khalid Abdel Ghaffar, simultaneously at the same time for thousands and hundreds of thousands of students at the same time? How do you see those efforts being applied right now on the ground?
Yes, so actually we have this year the EMLE, which is the certification of the fresh graduates of like the medical fresh graduates, and I can see that they applied the exam online. You can go online and you can get your license online without going to like having a lot of people in the hospital just to get the certificate. We will just violate the precautions of the virus.
Yes.
So this applied on all of the universities as well, not only for the medical students, applied on all of the universities. And also I need to highlight the part of it's not regarding the higher level of education. For the high school as well. Back to 2016, I was introduced to one of the international schools in New Cairo. I was introduced by a friend of mine to an application where students can go, make a schedule, and like arrange their courses. Now you can go online on a database and you will find all of the courses available, and you also can arrange the course of yours depending on your timing and your personal schedule. So I think it needs more time to be developed and be well developed. However, the first step was applied successfully, and if we are interested to like feel the change, we need to respect the first steps. And also we need to send feedbacks to the ministries. I think there is a feedback and a feedback section on the website, so that students can share their
How do you see
feedback.
the reaction of the students, first of all, and the parents, as we did see President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi himself saying that whoever wants to send their kids to school, they're welcome. Whoever wants their kids to be staying at home and learning online, they're welcome as well. How do you see this scenario, and is it applicable for the near future as well, to be having this and that at the same time?
Yes, so actually I really respected what happened, because you let people be involved in the decision making. So it's up to you by the end of the day. And we care about your safety and health. In case you're interested to go, just go. In case you're not interested, it's up to you. But I think by the end of the day, because we have on media a lot of the sharing of the precautions and the stuff, so you are sure that once you give people the possibility of decision making, they will choose just to be their home, just to avoid getting infected.
To stay safe.
Yes, exactly. So this was very, very intelligent step as well. I will let you go ahead and just make your decision. However, I oriented you before. If you open the TV, you will find that I gave you a hint regarding how to avoid getting infected, and also in case you're you're obligated to go to work or to just leave your home, how also to make sure that you are on the safe side. So I was really glad just to hear that people choose, okay, I'm not letting my kids or even my people
There is
in
more
the family.
awareness.
Yes, awareness, yes. So awareness raising was one of the most impressive also points. It's not related to the conference, but it's related to how how the government managed to control the situation without getting a lot of headache, you know? So it was an intelligent step as well. But by the end of the day, we need to make sure also that we are providing the alternative, which is we can go online, the digital transformation as well, in case like 80% of the students can't go to school. They have the option just to be educated in the era of Corona. So you will find that they have the same quality of the education of people who went to school. But regarding the communication skills and stuff, I'm working now with my colleagues on another application just to make sure that the students can meet away from the class on an application as well, just to share the personal experiences, because they are missing the part of the communication skills.
Which is basically hanging out online.
Yes, yes, exactly, yes.
Yes. So before we go to the other report, or the second report of tonight's episode, I would like to ask you about your field, medicine.
Yes.
How did it change the mindset of yours after attending the two World Youth Forums in Sharm el-Sheikh in 2018 and 2019? And as you've mentioned, most of the speeches, most of the ideas, most of the scenarios have been applied in 2020 and 2021. More specifically, as you are facing up against the coronavirus pandemic in Egypt and in the world.
Yeah. All right, after the report or before?
Right now.
Right now, okay. So actually, I need to share something that changed my character, because my major was medicine, and I was the nerd student who just have a business. Yes, okay. We have the same glasses.
Yes.
Okay. So actually, I felt like my mindset changed and my mentality changed. I have seen a lot of people under 20 years old, and they made money, they helped their family, and they changed their smaller environment. So the change starts, again, the first step is very important. So I found someone who's like 2 years younger than me. However, that person made money and also made a change, a real change. This money is not coming from being employed by a company or something. No, there was that person is called entrepreneur. What's the meaning of entrepreneur? We are not here just to study and to spend all of our time just studying.
Specific path.
Yes, yes, no. We have to make sure that we are multi-skillful, and we can help our society, not by being just inspiring because we are hard workers. We need to work smart. I got out of the conference working smart.
And passionately.
Passionately, yes.
To find what you like.
Yes, exactly. And find my path. Sometimes you can be successful, you can be the first on class, you can be very inspiring as classified by other people. However, when you are one of the most inspiring people in the world, by the way, there was a filtration of the people who attended the conference just to make sure that you are getting a very intelligent and a very inspiring person sitting by you. So I felt like, okay, if you are if you are the best in the room, you are in the wrong room. But there, you are one of the best in the room. So of course there is something to gain from the person sitting beside you. So I got out of the conference, okay, I'm a doctor, but I still can be more skillful. I gained a lot of knowledge about the other aspects, like artificial intelligence, digital transformation, the application of sustainable development goals, the United Nations agenda. We have people in the world just attending meetings just to change the world, and the agenda is to be applied in 2030. So, okay, the world is meeting for a bigger purpose, and I'm just attending my courses. So I need to have a bigger purpose in my life. So that kind of a change in the mentality is one of the most important impressions that I got after the conference. And by the way, first time when I attended, I felt like, okay, a lot of speeches, a lot of people speaking, and I wasn't that much sure that all of that will be applied on the ground. And the next year, I followed up with people who I met last year, and they followed up with me. So we applied something. It's not 100% applied. However, we did something. So you felt like hope is there. And by the way, if you, like, we are on the Nile Corniche right now. If you just got out, like, if we walked along the Nile, you will meet a lot of people. But how many people you can see who are sharing hope and peace and the other concepts that we got out of the conference? So we got out of the conference. However, this will be me. In case I got someone who is pessimistic or someone who doesn't believe in the future, no, I have an evidence of that. Can you see me and like, could you see me in 2018? Now I'm a new person and I have new ideas. And you will be involved with me in that. Yes.
Yes, whether you like it or not. We will be going out for the second report of tonight's daily debate, and it will be more about the special attention given by President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi to the young men and the young women of Egypt, of Africa, and of the world, as I've mentioned, through the World Youth Forum in Sharm el-Sheikh. So let's see it.
Egypt is keen on achieving its sustainable development goals through empowering youth and giving them more space in the country's policy making. In 2013, Egypt adopted the Cairo Declaration on Population and Development. According to the recommendations of the declaration, Egypt vowed to pay attention to empowering the youth and women besides providing them with education and training courses in the field of entrepreneurship. Egypt has submitted 2 reports to the United Nations on its achievements with regard to the SDGs over the past 2 years. Egypt also looks forward to benefiting from the experience of the UN Fund in the field of controlling population growth rates. The United Nations, for its part, lauded Egypt's pioneering role in the world body via its previous chairmanship of the Group of 77 and China, besides the African Union, noting that Egypt succeeded in shedding light on localizing SDGs.
Welcome back. You're still watching the Daily Debate as we are focusing tonight on the attention given by President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi to the World Youth Forum, to the young women and the young men of Egypt, of Africa and the world, as the United Nations had recognized the World Youth Forum as an international platform to be addressing the issues of the youth from Africa, from the region, from Egypt and from the whole globe as well. And I'm honored to be having with me tonight Dr. Dina Al-Gharabawi. Dr. Dina, how do you see this recognition coming at this specific timing for the latest 3 editions of the World Youth Forum?
How I see it, actually, the change was applied. So, of course, it has to be recognized by the United Nations. And by the way, because it was, the conferences were organized by the government, this doesn't mean that the non-governmental organizations are just away from that.
Yes.
The United Nations agenda was applied very efficiently there because, you know, the 17 goals of the sustainable development, which is the field that I'm working on right now, the 17 goals were just discussed very efficiently there, and also some of the some of the goals were applied already in the conference, like, you know, starting from the gender equality, even the song of the conference. You will find that a lot of people were there, the females percentage again, and also the infrastructure.
Those goals and recommendations, in your opinion, are being applied right now in Egypt or in the world?
Yes, now in Egypt and in the world. Okay, it was applied in the world back to 2017, And in Egypt, it was after the conference, maybe in 2018, we applied the change in the infrastructure. You will find a lot of bridges and a lot of new cities.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yes.
And also on the the first goal was no poverty. I can see here that a lot of solutions were applied by the government. The new social and medical insurance was applied very efficiently, and I can see that the awareness campaigns on TV. Also, this happened after the conference, by the way. If it was applied earlier in the world, I think Egyptian people were the first in the world. We are the first, and we were the first.
As well.
Yes.
Yes.
So if it's coming like later, it's fine. However, it's coming, and we had the revolution is back to before President Sisi. Egypt was a little bit down. So I think we are facing now the obstacles, but we are finding solutions in the infrastructure, on the educational level. Gender equality. I can see a lot of non-governmental organizations getting the authorization just to apply the rights of women. Before the conference, I think the idea was there. However, in the conference, the young people just expressed themselves, and after that, after the agenda was just discussed and approved by the government, the organizations are there, and I'm not sure if I can say names or not.
I don't think so. Yes.
But actually, it's applied. And regarding also the responsible production and consumption, a lot of entrepreneurs just changed their mindset towards the responsible consumption. Let's make it simplified. The usage of the green gases and taking the environment into consideration,
Yes.
the recycling and stuff, all of that was...
You are a researcher at sustainable development or in sustainable development, and we do have an agenda for Egypt, the Sustainable Development of Egypt 2030.
Yes.
How do you see this agenda, and what of those elements of this agenda are being applied now?
Yes. So actually the agenda is just aligned with the agenda of the United Nations, and we are taking everything into consideration regarding the new research results and stuff. Since we are working now on the research, and you will find that I'm part of a global project. So actually Egypt is giving young people the authority just to be involved in the global research. So we are not away from what's going on internationally with the United Nations. And I think after the conference, the United Nations highlighted what happened in Egypt, because it wasn't expected for a developing country just to get the results applied on 17 goals in 1 or 2 years. Like having a lot of new cities in Egypt, and also the options. It's not regarding the new cities around New Cairo and also Zaid, and not for fancy cities.
Different governorates.
Yes, not fancy cities.
Yes.
No, it's for the slums as well. A lot of alternative options have been applied by the government.
And now for the
poor.
villages and the rural areas.
Yes, for the poor people as well, even in around the city. So I think providing alternatives was very important, just to make sure that the United Nations is taking that into consideration. And we are not working for the United Nations, by the way. So it came by, you speak results. You speak actions. That's why it can be recognized by the international organizations. So also on the educational level, if you check before 2017, you will find that the rank of Egypt was just, I'm not sure what was the rank. However, now we are getting up and up. That means that the change that we are applying is being felt and is being also recognized internationally. So we are not working and being isolated from the other world. No, we are aligned with the United Nations agenda. It takes time, but we are full of hope that we will be doing that before 2030 or even after 2030. We are doing something. We are not being hopeless or useless. We are doing our part and we are doing our best. And who's doing? The young people are helping the government just to apply the change on this.
Yes, exactly. That is one of the main benefits of the World Youth Forum, to be maximizing the roles of the youth of Egypt and the world, but more specifically the Egyptian youth. How do you see such a role after 2017, 18 and 19?
Of course, the young people felt empowered. Again, if you didn't feel that you are supported and empowered by the government, how could you just be courageous enough to share your thoughts?
Yes.
And after 2011, especially, young people felt like we have energy and we can do something. But after 2017, you felt like, okay, your energy is being recognized by the upper management. You are not alone, and you're welcome to share. You're here to share. So actually, I was impressed by like the speeches weren't from the upper management or the presidents. No, the presidents were just attending and they're listening to people who are under 30 years old and maybe under 20, just to share what they think about and just to set their expectations as well. We have limitations, but before limitations, we have possibilities. So I can give you authorization, I can give you fund. I can also set your expectations regarding timing, but you can give me effort, hope, and energy. So the upper management getting fund and support, and also the young people are giving energy and hope.
Yes.
And all of that is being done in peace, which is the most important part. I feel like I'm working on my part. Each and every one are working on their parts. However, all of that is applied in peace.
Yes. Dr. Dina Al-Gharabawi, the Sustainable Development Researcher, thank you very much for being with us tonight on the Daily Debate.
You're welcome.
And this brings us to the end of the Daily Debate for tonight. Thank you for watching and goodbye.